So I watched Candy Jar, new movie that just came to Netflix. Simple premise, two high school kids, they both do debate, both very ambitious, trying to get into their dream colleges, go to Ivy League schools, and they're rivals, and they don't like each other, so that's definitely gonna stay that way for the whole movie. Nothing's gonna change with that. And they have parents who used to be rivals in high school, and that's kind of carried over. Now it's more passive aggressive, they're frenemies. So very predictable movie, has a message that's very inoffensive and bland. The message, maybe, still go to university, still try really hard, get good grades, but don't forget to stop and smell the flowers every now and again, try to be nice to people, form some connections. So nothing new. And that was probably what bothered me the most, is because I did do debate in university, did go to university, so I'm familiar with some of the stuff that they're talking about, and I think there is such a opportunity for critique. So, and you get a bit of that here, where these debate kids, you see them just rapid fire talking fact, and you see the problem with just knowing and memorizing all these different facts about all these different topics, arguments for and against. When you don't really understand, there's no personal grounding, there's no real deeper understanding. It's just all surface level memorization. And you could say that that's a broader critique of a lot of school, high school, university, where you care so much and you're so obsessed with getting the highest possible grade on a test. All you do is just memorize as much as possible without ever really focusing on one subject in particular, really getting a deep knowledge, really getting any kind of passion. So there's so much room for some real debate, real critiques with some real teeth. And I just feel like this movie didn't really have it. And when they did have the critique, they had a couple debate kids who were from the wrong side of the tracks, and they had a different debating style where they didn't just rapid fire facts, they actually talked from the heart. But the movie wasn't about them at all. They would just appear for 10 seconds at a time. They appeared maybe 3 or 4 times throughout the movie. At the end, they come, they deliver their wisdom every 4th sentence in Spanish, to try to, I guess, shame people for not speaking more languages, to let you know that there's more languages in the world. I'm not sure, but it just felt very cliche, very hokey, and almost I would rather they don't have them at all, or actually have them be a part of the movie and commit to this idea that diversity is important by actually having them have their own arc and really feel like fleshed out characters rather than just wise spirits that kind of float in, so our protagonist can get a little reality check and then float away to the background. And I thought it was ironic, maybe this was part of the point, the only motion we hear debated the entire movie, I'm not sure why, it was just a single motion about whether the benefits of college outweigh the cost. And when the movie ends, you don't know one argument for either side. You've heard constant, just this rapid fire, people talking about it, but you don't know anything about it, including from, and then this is my point, so the wise students who are the renegade debate people who don't do these rapid fire facts, actually speak from the heart, they made this dichotomy where it was either you have logic and you have facts, or you speak authentically and honestly, but don't really have any facts, don't really talk in any kind of speedy way, just kind of say your personal story and then retreat. You can have both. I thought it would be great if they had someone with the rapid fire facts but don't really understand them at a deep level, and then you had someone who also was good at debate and also had talent and also had the facts but also had the personal experience, and that they showed that was the difference, rather than this false dichotomy where no, it's not one or the other. You can't have both. But I will say I thought both the leads were quite good, quite likable. The male lead, he's Emmett from The Shy. It's a great show. He's probably my favorite character on the show, so I really like him. I hope he gets more stuff. Christina Hendricks was one of the mothers. She was fantastic as usual. So really good performances. Some of the other supporting characters, Helen Hunt, I didn't like her character as much as other people seem to have thought she was one of the best parts of the movie. I really like this one teacher. He had some corny lines, but he had a great line, a Whiplash reference, a Not My Tempo, and I loved how the movie, they made the reference. I was like, is that a Whiplash reference? And then the movie's like, yes, it was a Whiplash reference. So I thought that was great. So honestly, the characters are very likable. There's some funny moments, some good lines, and it's a good message. I feel like the message doesn't go far enough. It's somewhat of a safe message. The idea, it's important to plan for your future and be ambitious, but don't forget to focus on the present as well and realize the things that are right in front of you. So a nice message as well. But I can't help but compare, there was a movie, Rocket Science, that's also about high school debate, and I couldn't help but make comparisons, and I really like Rocket Science. I think it's a great movie, just a better movie that explores a lot of similar ideas, so I couldn't help but compare it a bit. But there's nothing wrong with the movie. Not a bad way to kill some time, but not a must watch.